Good to see you, Ademola, and thanks for your time. Quickly here, despite terrible war crimes and violence against civilians in Mali, it's amazing impunity still prevails while victims and their families have still not been served justice. How do you react to this?
It is really rather unfortunate. The crisis in Mali is just getting worse and worse. Now we have a foreign intervention with the Russians trying to basically provide what they feel is the best way to achieve peace and stability in that country. The French have tried, and obviously the West African community has also made its own effort to bring about democracy and stability in the country. But the abuse of human rights in Mali by Malian soldiers and suspected Russian mercenaries is very tragic, and it's only going to exacerbate the situation in that country. You know, as they try to kill jihadists or Islamists, collateral damage or deaths of civilians, women and children, and men of fighting age that probably were not jihadists is really, really bad. It only makes things worse for Mali. It would just breed hatred, bitterness towards the state, and it would also be a recruitment ground for new jihadists to join the movement when they feel victimized or they feel hurt by the death of their loved ones. So it's a catch-22 situation. The more you kill civilians, the more you have civilians joining the terrorist organization fighting the state. So what we need now in Mali is the return of democracy and the free and fair elections, free press. It's not going to be a one-day thing, but the building of institutions is really what Mali has, with the cooperation of foreign powers. Unfortunately, the French have to be returned there. West Africa, ECOWAS has to play a big role, but there has to be some level of accountability, either through election or through the stronger institutions of Mali.
You know, now you painted a picture by describing it as a catch-22 situation, and of course, building institution is very effective here. But again, how effective is an excellent legal framework in tackling crimes of conflict and insecurity, especially in a place like Mali, under a military government?
Well, it is tough, but we've shown in all parts of the world that military government do not provide solution. It's not taking place right now in Burma or Myanmar. It's not taking place in other parts of West Africa where we have military intervention, all the way from Chad or down to Mali and Burkina Faso. They feel they have the quick answers. They can just use the gun and get order. But what they don't realize is they are just not building institutions. Institutions take decades, takes generations to build. You cannot shoot yourself or intimidate or threaten people to be law-abiding and to govern them through the barrel of the gun. You have to make sure the courts, the security services, the media, the areas of community, the involvement, all those institutions, elections, continuous elections that provide, the answers, or you learn it from your mistakes of previous elections. There has to be that process in place. So by having a military government in place, you're just postponing all that. For instance, Nigeria has had basically a military-free government since 1999. And I could tell you right now, our elections are better. They're not the best, but they're better. Ghana has not had a military coup in decades. I think it was last when Rawlings took power in the 80s. And they've had tremendous stability and strong institutions have been built over the years. So Mali needs to go back on that track. They need to go back on that track. Having mercenaries come in that are, suspected of, atrocities is not going to help the situation. It's just going to make people, if I can use the word on television, rather pissed off. And more angry Malians will cause more havoc for the country, making it poorer and needing, again, more violence to try and maintain order. So that's where the catch-22 situation arises.
Let's see if we can actually squeeze in some kind of healing process here, because before now, a 338-page UN report by the International Commission of Inquiry for Mali revealed over 6 years, from 2012 to 2018, thousands died and hundreds of thousands fled their homes. How will ensuring justice for the victims help in achieving true healing?
Well, the first thing we're doing is what we're doing right now. We're actually talking about it. It should not be hidden. It should be exposed, whether in media, by just people in the community expressing their grievances. The victims must get justice, and it may take months, years, decades, but they must get justice. Without justice, there will be no healing, and there may not be enough peace in that country to move ahead. So it's important that there's the human rights organization, Human Rights Watch, Amnesty International, any activist group that's ready to expose the atrocities created by the Malians or by the Russians. Ahead, it's the Wagner group that are there. They must be exposed, and they must rebut the justice. The International Criminal Court, or even the Malian courts itself. There must be some semblance of people being held accountable. I'm not saying this is easy, but it's the right step to take, and it must be taken in baby steps. This is where the ECOWAS court, the very, very still, I would say, very infant ECOWAS court, can also step in if it's given more funding and more fangs.
All right, yeah.
To do its work.
Ademola Oshodi, many thanks for your time.
Thank you very much.